Western interviewers don't want to hear these words in your self-intro. Responsible, fast learner, hard worker. When I was hiring for my own team, I noticed something different about Chinese candidates compared to white candidates. Chinese candidates use these words to describe themselves way more frequently. But the problem was we were looking for a lot more than that. Don't get me wrong. In the Western workplace, these qualities are absolutely valuable, but they won't be enough to help you to stand out. Let's talk about responsibility. When you tell a Western interviewer that you're responsible, they think, another Chinese candidate who likes to follow orders. It is easy to find someone who will follow orders, but candidates who take ownership without needing to be told what to do, so rare. I remember growing up in Canada, I hated group projects in school. There would always be this one lazy teammate who didn't do any work. So as the only Chinese kid, I tried to be responsible and do everything myself. And every time the project still fell apart because I was focused on finishing my tasks instead of asking, what does the team actually need to succeed? Later at work, I realized that the workplace is basically one big group project. The people who succeed aren't the ones who do everything themselves. They're the ones focused on helping the team to reach their goals. So instead of saying I'm responsible, say I take ownership. When we lost our project manager, I stepped up outside of my responsibilities to lead the team and help us launch on time and on budget. Next, fast learner. When you say that, what they actually hear is Chinese love to learn, but I don't know how much of it I can actually use. See, they're not paying you to learn. They're paying you to deliver. One time when I was interviewing a Chinese candidate, she said that she was a fast learner. So I responded, okay, tell me about something you learned that made a difference. And she froze because she could list things that she had learned, but not things that she'd actually used. It's not about how fast you can learn. It's about how fast you can apply what you've learned to create results. It's about being resourceful. So instead of saying I'm a fast learner, say I'm resourceful. When we switched to Salesforce, I binge watched tutorials and migrated our entire customer base with 0 errors. And now, hard worker. When you say I'm a hard worker, that just reminds them, my last Chinese colleague was also a hard worker, but what impact did they actually bring? At my first tech job, I saw coworkers working until midnight. So I tried to work even harder until 2 a.m. every night. And I still watched someone else get promoted because they didn't just grind. They used leverage to amplify their impact. They found ways to automate, improve efficiency, prioritize, and be impact driven. So instead of saying I'm a hard worker, say I'm impact driven. During busy season, I built an automated report that saved my team 10 hours a week so we could focus on strategy, not spreadsheets. Yes, you can make your introduction unforgettable, and it starts with translating your Chinese values into the results that Western interviewers want to see.